All right, Raiders, welcome back to another episode of Quant Gaming. This is going to be the Raid Shadow Legends video, and it's going to focus on the champion training tournament that just completed. And as you can see on the upper right-hand side, I was fortunate enough to get first place in my group with about 17,600 points. You can see that up on the top there. I claimed all the rewards. On the right-hand side, it's silver and a rare skill tome, some gems, an epic skill tome, a void shard, and then the prizes, the top prizes for first place in my group were one legendary skill tome and a 6-star set of Relentless gear. Now the 17,700 points in my group was it appears to be a lower amount than what all of my clanmates were in their groups. They had 20, 30,000, maybe even more, and only one other person got first place that I'm aware of. So it looks like I was placed into a low performing group, and I was the best performer in the low performing group here. And I'm happy for that. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is take this gear and roll it to 11. I'm going to roll all this gear to 11. I don't care where the stats roll at first. It's legendary gear, so I have 4 chances for it to fall. So I'll have 2 substats opened up on each piece of gear, no matter where they fall. And then when the next artifact event happens, I will roll this gear from 11 to 16. Or maybe I will roll it to 12 and then off screen roll it until 15 and wait until the next champion training event. I don't know. But what I'm going to do right now is just roll it to 11 so that when that artifact enhancement event does occur, I'll be able to get those 12s right away if I want to go to 12. And I think I do. So I'm going to hop in here right away. Let's go ahead and take a look at the gear that I got. All right, there it is. All that legendary gear on Relentless, starting with this weapon. And one thing I am going to do is I will include a link below that summarizes the rolls from 7 until 11. I always keep track of how many rolls it takes and what substats open up, and I will share that Google spreadsheet in the description below. All right, here we go. I'm going to upgrade this to level 8 right off the bat. Upgrade to 8. Yeah, so I really start keeping the stats from level 7 to 8 for the most part. Sometimes I don't catch that 7 to 8. The reason I do 7 is I think that's where things start getting real. So I got an accuracy and a speed, not bad there. I'm going to roll up to 11, like I said. All right, so yeah, the spreadsheet will include how many rolls it takes to go up each individual level. So I'm recording it right now, and then I'll go back, watch the recording. That was only one roll from 9 to 10, and then just summarize it. So that was another one roll. That makes me think that 11 to 12 is probably going to be 15 rolls. All right, so I would say getting speed and accuracy is not too bad. It was probably the most ideal situation if I had to split them on between 2 substats. So that was actually quite fortunate. Here goes the helmet. All right, roll that up to level 8 right away. Upgrade to 8. Now, clearly, anything but the flat attack stat on this one would be good. So that means that I'm probably going to get the flat attack stat at least one time. But I got crit damage on the first one. Here we go, level 8. What are we going to get? See, it gets stuck on 7 sometimes. That's why I like to start at 7. And hit points. Actually, this is a pretty good piece too so far. Upgrade 1 level. Interesting. And I have so much silver. This is the most silver I've ever had, and it's a culmination or accumulation of almost a month's worth of farming. There really hasn't been an artifact enhancement event since I think it was April 14th or 15th, if I remember correctly. I'd have to check my spreadsheet because I keep dates on there. But it was around that time. So maybe it's been about 3 weeks. So this is 3 weeks worth of campaign farming and selling gear. Actually, I just sold all the gear I had from campaign farming over the last 4 or 5 days from this champion training event, and I made an additional 3.7 million silver, I think it was. So yeah, definitely. I feel like I'm silver rich right now. I know that I could spend it like a drunken sailor, and I really don't want to do that. So I will refrain from wasting that silver because it takes so much work to get. All right, let's roll this shield. So far, I would say we're 2 of 2 on having the probably the best rolls I could get. They're not double rolls. Of course, that would be best in speed or crit rate or whatever. But considering that the rolls are flying all over the place and hitting different substats, they're hitting the good ones. So far, so good. Now, this one looks like it's going to be a little challenging because it's only the speed and the defense that I really want, and it's the shield. So I really want that defensive percentage on here because I have a couple of defensive champions who I love putting in this relentless gear. Well, two actually, Whirlum Frost King, and the other right now is Lightsworn. All right, so that was the bust. We have one bust so far. Well, it's not really a bust yet. There's still 2 more rolls to do. But that was the first flat stat that was activated of all these gears so far. All right, I'm gonna go to the next one. These gauntlets, let's see. Actually, these gauntlets look pretty good. I wish they were crit rate or crit damage, but they have a substat of crit damage. All right, let's see what Plarium provided this account. Yeah, I'm going to try to pull up that spreadsheet that I have right now. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. Who knows? While this is rolling. So I got crit damage on that first one. And defense, flat defense. Goodness gracious. Of course. 1 out of 3 chance to get a flat defense. And I got it. Artifact enhancement stats. So right now, I just want to see how many pieces that I've included on here. Right now, there's approximately 270 rolls. So I don't include it actually by pieces, it's per roll. So every single roll from level to level, I keep track of how many rolls that it takes and how much it costs, and so on and so forth. Actually, since they're attack-based gloves, it makes sense to put these on an attack champion, especially with crit damage on one of the rolls. All right. And this chest piece, it's a hit point, and I'll be honest with you, this is the ugliest looking piece they provided me. That attack and defensive substat, I don't like that. Oh, we went on speed. Okay, that's good. Let's see where this one goes. Resistance. All right, so the 2 best ones it could have possibly gone on. And 1 more roll. Actually, these rolls are not that bad right now. They get really bad once you go from 12 to 13, 13 to 14, 14 to 15, and especially 15 to 16. I have a couple pieces that cost well over, well, not well over, but definitely over 1 million silver. And that's all in the spreadsheet too. So it kind of gives a breakdown, and I break it down by the rarity, how many stars, the actual type of gear. Is it speed gear, divine life, crit damage, relentless, what we're doing right now. And it's okay that I'm only going to 11 at this point. I know many people will probably want me to go to 16 right away, but no way. I'm saving it for those artifact enhancement events if I'm going to take that piece up to that point. And I think a lot of folks would also agree that that's probably the prudent thing to do. So I will invite you all back to watch the second part of the video when I take it from 11 to 16 in the future. All right, upgrade. Ooh, double speed roll. Excellent. Look at that. So let's see. All right, and we're at 11. Okay, so I'd say of all the pieces, actually, they're not that bad. It looked like maybe it was. Actually, I honestly have to say The worst one right here is the shield. Um, yeah, that was definitely the worst one. It hit the resistance and the hit point. I would have preferred at least being one speed or defense, one of those rolls. But not bad for these 6 pieces of gear. I would say I think I got lucky on a couple of those rolls, and I will continue with the next ones in the future. So certainly glad to win this tournament. Thanks so much for clicking or sticking around and watching me roll this gear. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks so much.